Yeah, you watching this video, you're really cringe, and that's okay. That's okay. This video and all of my other videos, they are not to be watched like on a plane or something. This is more of something that you watch when you're doing something else, like cleaning maybe. If you have homework to do, you can take that out. You're not gonna see any visuals here. We're just yapping. Pretend this is like a really long FaceTime call. And so yeah, do whatever, do something else. Just don't stare at me. We're just gonna be making eye contact for the entire video. The past like 2 to 3 years, ever since like 2021, that's like 5 years ago, oh my gosh, but ever since like 2021, I feel like everything has just become cringy or embarrassing. Like yesterday I was talking to this girl in my English class, and she was telling me that she didn't like carrying her books in her hand because someone told her that that was cringy. How did we get here? How did we get to the point where just doing basic things is considered embarrassing? Now I've done a lot of embarrassing things, like genuinely embarrassing things, but based off of the list that I'm getting this year, last year, on what is and isn't cringe, I must be a really cringy person. Like these days, I feel like people's perception of me is not what I think it is. Like when I think I'm being totally normal, someone else might think, Caitlin's a freaking weirdo. It's not just daily, everyday tasks anymore that people consider to be cringe, but also just making human connection. Like I'll scroll through TikTok or Instagram and I'll see a video where it's like me asking my friends if they want to hang out, and they're pretending to be a beggar in the street. And yeah, haha, yeah, it's funny, but I feel like people genuinely get embarrassed by things like this these days. Like things like that these days. Like I have friends that were like, hey, I was gonna say hi to you in the hallway, but that's embarrassing. What? I had stuff to talk about in this video and I genuinely don't remember anymore. Like I had stuff planned. This is why you type out notes for your videos, guys. I'm just freeballing here. I don't know what to mention. I just know that the things that we are calling corny nowadays should not be considered corny. You know what's actually cringe? Being rude. Like if you're one of those people where if I compliment you and you just stare at me like I'm crazy and then you just ignore me and walk away, that's cringe. Why are you acting like that? If I say you're really pretty and you're like, okay, you suck. Fix it. That's cringe. Like we need to start shaming. I'm sorry for saying you suck, but we need to start shaming people for things that you should actually be shamed for. Like why is it that we think it's cringy to say hi to someone and they don't say hi back, and we don't think that it's cringy that the other person didn't say hi? Don't you think that's weird? Why do we do that? Why do we shame the person who is trying to make a human connection rather than the person that's constantly trying to kill that human connection? That's weird. Another thing that people have told me is cringy or is corny is like trying to be friends with people that you aren't already friends with. Like yeah, it's nerve-wracking and it's kind of nervous to like ask someone that you like maybe said hi to, maybe that's someone that you just like randomly have a class with that you talk to and get along with, asking them if they want to hang out outside of school. Maybe that's a little nerve-wracking because you're like, they could probably say no, but it's not cringe. Because 9 times out of 10, that person also wants to hang out with you and they just don't want to say it. So this year, I need everyone to start trying to make human connection. I think that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. Why is it cringe to form human connection? Why did we decide? Why is it cringe to post videos on the internet? Because if you think about it, posting videos on the internet is another form of striving for human connection. You're building a community. That's what your follower count is. That's what your subscriber count is. That's a community that you're building of people that like your values, people that share your interests. You're building community. So why do we find those things to be corny? It's weird. And as time goes on, I feel like we've made it more and more taboo to just be human. Which is why everyone these days is so freaking boring. Sorry. You watching this video, you're not boring. We're friends. And since we're friends, I think that you should subscribe to my channel because all my friends subscribe to my channel. I think if they don't, they're not actually my friends. But it's okay because you're my friend, because you subscribed, right? Right? I think the title of this video is You Are Cringe. You are cringe. I am cringe. That statement was cringe. It was kind of corny, I'm not gonna lie. But it's because we're human. And humans should be allowed to be corny. Like, if we took all of the time that we spent policing other people and their likes and their interests and whether or not we should consider them cringe, and we actually took that time and that energy and spent it trying to solve actual real world problems, we would be so much farther along as a society. Because thinking about whether or not someone else is being cringe, you are already giving way too much of your time and attention to that person. Way too much of your time and attention to that person. If you're spending too much time thinking about whether or not the thing that you're doing or the thing that you want to wear is cringe, you are spending way too much time thinking about yourself. You should not have enough time to consider whether or not a normal interaction, something that you would naturally do, is corny. Just do it. Because what that tells me is you don't have enough to think about. I'm gonna take me, for example. I have a crush on this guy, right? And I know what I've started to do now whenever I start to like hyper fixate on this guy or whatever, I will tell myself, like, Caitlin, life must be great right now because you have the time to think about this dude. Because when I am working, and I'm not telling you to overwork yourself, but when I have stuff to do, when I'm in my hobbies and my life and all of the things that I enjoy, I'm not thinking about this dude, right? But the moment my brain is idle and I have nothing to do, I start to wonder, why didn't he text me back? Or what did he mean when he said that one thing? And that's not normal. That's not normal. The same way thinking about that one thing that you said like 10 minutes ago, whether that was normal or not, don't do that. Of course, still have self-reflection. Read the room. If you said something that made the other person like visibly uncomfortable or visibly weirded out, you should think, maybe I should like rethink what I said and make sure that I don't say stuff to make other people uncomfortable again. But if you're just being yourself and being yourself bothered that person, maybe the two of you didn't mesh or whatever, that's not you. It just means that you guys didn't click, and that's okay. Like, if you really struggle with like constantly policing yourself and whether or not the thing that you're doing is cringe, if you struggle with that, ask yourself, is what I'm doing harming anyone? Physically, emotionally, is it harming them? No. Is what I'm doing harming myself? Physically, emotionally? No. Does it make me happy? Yes. Keep doing it. Who cares? There's this YouTuber that I loved to watch when I was younger. I think she still makes videos every now and then, but she doesn't post as often. Her name is Tati Coakley, and she's great. I think that you should watch her videos. Definitely helped me build my confidence. She said, what other people think of you is none of your business. And that's such a freeing thought. Like, what Tom thinks of me, none of my business. What Daisy thinks of me, none of my business. What Nick thinks of me, who cares? Who cares? Just be happy. Just be happy. Do I have anything else to say? How are you doing on your homework? Do you finish organizing your bookshelf yet? I told you to do something else while you're watching this video. So if you're just watching me and I'm watching you, that's a problem. It's a problem. So let me see if I can recap what I yapped about in this video. Trying to make friends isn't cringe. Asking people that you don't know very well to hang out with you is not cringe. Wearing outfits that a lot of people don't think are very cool is not cringe. Posting videos on the internet is not cringe. Unless if you know that like what you're putting on the internet is objectively weird, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it, but 99% of the time, if you're posting on the internet, it's not cringe. Your hair care videos, your lifestyle videos, your get ready with me's, they're not cringe. People are just boring and they don't like to see that you're not being boring. Some things that are cringe: being rude to people, snapping at a waiter. Don't do that. Catcalling people, spending all your time talking about whether or not what someone else did was cringy or not. That's cringe. Why do you have so much time on your hands? You're not cringe. It's just that a lot of people are really boring. And those boring people can't handle seeing you choosing to not also be boring. My favorite quote is by an environmentalist named Rachel Carson, and she once said, "There's no such thing as being bored. There's just boring people." And I think that you should take that into consideration throughout the rest of your week. Okay, that's all I have to say, and I think you should subscribe, and I hope that you finish whatever you're doing, whether it be your calculus homework. I have to work on my calculus homework. Whether it be your history homework, your art project, cleaning the bathroom. I hope you did great. Bye.